Hi, welcome to my very first thoughts on video. It's not really a review because I don't feel comfortable enough to call it a review because I know there's going to be information missing, but I really wanted to share my opinions and thoughts on certain video games because I play a lot of them. Today's video is going to be about Keep Driving. For all transparency purposes, I bought this game myself. The game was released on February 6th, 2025, and it cost 2000 yen in Japan. I think that's 17.99 in USD. Like to me and probably to a few of you. Basically, the game settings is that you are a young adult who probably just got their car not too long ago and you go on your first road trip. So you start the game, you receive a letter from a friend that tells you, hey, I'm going to X festival, why don't you come? So that's the main goal, to get to the festival. As you progress to the game, and it's sometimes very early on, you will find different people on the road that may hitch a ride. And these each hitchhikers are going to have different quests because they want to be dropped off at different places. So that's how you will find new quests, and each playthrough is going to be a little bit different. There are also several endings. I believe there are 11. Don't judge me on that. I only finished 2 at the moment. Like I said, I've played through 2 playthroughs completely until the end, until now, and I feel like I barely scratched the surface of this game. So while you drive, you will come face to face with certain events. So things that may stress you out, things that you may have to deal with. And these things are going to be resolved through a kind of battle system, I suppose, if you would use RPG words. And to do this, this is turn based, and you will choose certain actions to remove threats from the board. And the goal is to remove all of them to be able to resolve the situation and be able to move forward. This is on all the reviews that I've seen so far. This is the biggest criticism because it is quite repetitive. For me, I like that kind of stuff because I love turn based. But for some other people, it might not be the cup of tea for you. The game has it built in that you're able to escape these threats. But I haven't used that quite yet, so I don't know if there's probably a downside, but there's also skills that you will get eventually that will actually that you will actually benefit from escaping battles. So keep that in mind. As you play through the game, you will unlock abilities by performing such certain things in the game. You will By doing certain actions, you will unlock new skill trees, which will give you different skills, depending on each hitchhikers. Each hitchhiker that will join you will have their own set of skills, and they will level up as long as they are with you, and you will be able to use their skills. Eventually, if they get out, if you finish your quest and they get out of the car, of course you will lose those skills. As you play through the game, you need to manage money, debuffs, buffs. Make sure you eat properly. Make sure you sleep. You may get cold. You may get hot. You may get dirty. So you will need to manage all of these things. And as you play through the game, once you finish the game once, you will have an option when you first next open the game and when you start a new game, you if you use the same car, you will have the ability to keep the upgrades that you add the last time that you played. So on top of keeping your upgrades, unlocking new cars, and stuff like that, and you will also unlock certain other stuff that you can start with. One of the main collectible in the game is music. You will be able to purchase CDs. You may receive CDs from completing quests or finding certain hitchhikers. The music in this game is amazing. If you grew up in the early 2000s, or if you lived through the early 2000s and love the music, especially the rock scene, grunge scene, punk scene, you will find this music extremely nostalgic. The pixel art is gorgeous. That's all I have to say. You can see it in the background. It's really pretty. The setting is also very nostalgic. So imagine growing up, like being a young adult in the 90s and just taking your car on your first road trip and like going out for the summer. Personally, I really, really love this game. It has a lot of things for me who loves like roguelite and especially turn based combat and being able to manage things. That's just my thing. Plus, it's not nostalgic to me personally. But there are a few bad things, of course. My first big issue with the game comes with it not having rebinds, control rebinds. And it says coming soon, so I'm hoping the devs actually had it. Um, but having key rebinds in like in 2025 is basic accessibility access to your game. It's a very, very basic accessibility setting. And I really hope that if the devs are watching, please add um access like this kind of accessibility, like just being able to rebind your keys. If people are left-handed, if they are disabled, and there's certain like arthritis and stuff that certain fingers don't work, it's there are games that they won't be able to play. And I've been trying to recommend games to my friends, like in Discord and stuff, and my viewers. And well, they're like, I'm left handed. I tried buying the game. I can't rebind the keys, so I refunded it. So please, please make key bindings remappable. Like I said, another of the bad things that I think some people may have is that it's quite repetitive. I do like the repetition. That's why I play a lot of like simulation games, roguelites. It's that I really like feeling comfortable. But some people may think that the combat or like the combat dealing with like threats and like events may be very, repetitive. The game is mostly difficult on your first playthrough because you still don't know how to make money, you don't know how to manage your debuffs and how to deal with certain events in the game. Once you know, the game difficulty becomes pretty low, and you mostly play to see the other endings, the all the hitchhiker class that you haven't seen. So I I feel like the difficulty needs to you need to make your own difficulty, if that makes sense. For example, um not going through towns that have a lot of stuff all the times and exploring the small roads maybe. So if you decide to play the game, savor your first playthrough. It's gonna be the best one. It's gonna be the hardest one. It's gonna be the one where you figure out a lot of the things. However, even in my second playthrough, I still found a lot of events and things that I had not seen in the first one. So there are still things to unlock and see later on as you play through other playthroughs. As a side note, one playthrough can last between 1 and 4 hours as it is advertised. So keep that in mind. All in all, I've really enjoyed this game so far, and I can see myself playing it for another 30, 40 hours, even more, just because this is so coded to me. Um, I really love this sort of game. I really love uh, the gameplay loop in itself, and I really, really like the setting. Oh, I can see myself playing through this game over and over again to find every single ending, every single CDs there is to find, complete every single Hitchhiker's Quest. So I can see this as being money well spent for myself. I really hope this helped um, share some information about the game and just seeing my own thoughts about it. Um, if you enjoyed the video, if you can leave a like or subscribe, that would be awesome. I may be streaming it eventually, so keep an eye out. And thank you so much. Please let me know if there's other stuff that I should share in these videos, what you would like to hear about certain games that I'm talking about, and I will probably change the setting, like the information that I share, because this is the first one. It's bound to need more information and things, and it's bound to need like more work. So I'm all ears to know what you guys want to hear from these thoughts video. And thank you very much for listening until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.